Hello friends, how are you all? Today we will practice the sounds sh and j, and for the different sounds you can watch my other videos. So let's start. So the first one in this video, we're going to be practicing the sh sound, sh. Now sh is a voiceless sound. If you try to take out the sound, you will observe that the front part of the tongue touches the back side of your alveolar ridge and front part of your hard palate. So as I already mentioned in my earlier videos, that alveolar ridge is your upper part of the mouth and the hard palate is the harder part at the back. Now, if you try to take out the sound, try to do it like shh. Do this daily practice as much as you can, because I know there are people who find it difficulty in taking out the sh sound. So let's do some practice. Every day in the morning, try to take out the sound and try to do it as much as you can, like shh. If you do it every day, I'm sure there will be a lot of improvement. And if you see that there is nothing to do with any voice box, because this is our voice box here, so the sh sound has nothing to do with the voice box. Everything is happening in your alveolar ridge and the hard palate. So let's do some practice, okay? So let's practice some words where we'll have sh in the initial, in the middle, and in the ending. Ship, shoulder, sharp, show, fresh, smash, crash, shape, bushes, brush, shirt, dishes, lotion, flashlight, trash, shadow, ocean, milkshake, addition, eyelash, chef, cushion, shampoo, sunshine, machine, seashore, punish, polishing, shower, shine, shed, splash, shake, Washington, eruption, Chicago, sheet, shelter, shiver, shopping, shorten, shutdown, addition, accomplishment, imagination, exaggeration, beneficial, fashion. Comprehension, concentration, cashier, description, lotion, education, nutrition, introduction, goldfish, hairbrush, diminish, extinguish, British, childish, replenish, foolish, Spanish, starfish, mustache, Swedish, distraction, emotion, frustration, recommendation, shuttle bus, sheriff, shoulder. All right, let's practice few sentences. She seems angry. Sure, you can use my computer. Can I have coffee with milk and sugar? Where should we go for dinner? You have got to finish today. We've got to send out the invitations today. He works more quickly than she does. The chef made the best pasta. He didn't mean to smash the window. Take the trash out today. Be careful, the thorn is sharp, the sheep is standing in the grassland, the ship will be gone for 10 days. This type of shoe is for hiking. I need to shop for groceries. They massaged his sore shoulder. She is shy around new people. Don't put too much sugar in the lemonade. My clothes smell good after I wash it. The doctor looked at her rash. The gardener kept the bushes trimmed. Look up your word in the dictionary. He tried fly fishing for the first time. The flashlight lit up the room. I need to make mashed potatoes. He earned a lot of cash. Mouthwash makes your mouth feel fresh. Grab a paintbrush and get started. We saw a mushroom in the grass. The fish was red and yellow. Let's do some practice on the reading paragraphs. So the first one is successful chef. Chicago has some of the best chefs in the United States. Sharon was one of those chefs. Sharon was the head chef at Flash, a very expensive restaurant. Like many people, she liked to shop, wash her car, and sip lemonade in the shade, but unlike many people, she was an accomplished chef. She had been a chef for over 15 years. Growing up, she loved to talk. She experimented with different combinations of ingredients to see how they would taste. Many people thought this was childish, but even as a young girl, Sharon made food dishes that astonished her friends and family. Her biggest secret was that she only used fresh ingredients. When it came to quality, Sharon never took shortcuts. She hand-selected every ingredient and paid special attention to how they smelled in the store before she bought them. She was always cautious to avoid discounted ingredients because she knew they wouldn't taste right. Another one of her secrets was that she had excellent communication and cooperation with her staff. She was only one person and she needed people who would listen and follow her directions. Sharon loved what she did. She was an amazing chef. Even though she loved working at Flash, she wanted to open her own restaurant someday. She looked forward to the day that she would own her own restaurant. Right, so the next one is Shane's audition. It was time for Shane's audition. He was nervous, but this was his shot at becoming famous. He was a talented musician and singer. The audition was his chance to play at a well-known nightclub in Los Angeles. His wish was to produce his own album, but he needed this job to help him make the money to do it. Shane's type of music was unique. His music was a combination of pop and hip-hop music with an Irish twist. He had been born in Ireland and his family moved to the United States when he was very young. Shane had practiced for many hours for his audition. He had polished and perfected the songs he would play for the nightclub owners. He stood in front of the owners with his guitar in hand. He began to play. His songs were shaping up nicely and the owners seemed to like it. Everything was going smoothly when all of a sudden, crash! A shower of glass flew past him. A large stage light had fallen and shattered on the stage he was auditioning on. For most people this would have been a huge distraction, but this was Shane's moment to shine. He kept playing and didn't miss a beat. After finishing his songs, the owners gave him a standing ovation. They loved Shane's song so much they thought he planned for the light to crash during his song. Shane assured them that he had not planned it. The owners offered him the job. Yes, Shane said. He started that Saturday and couldn't wait to play at the club. The next one is finding Shannon. Sherry looked at the map on her dashboard. She was lost. She stopped to ask for directions, but the gas station attendant's directions didn't make sense. She had thought about parking her car and using public transportation, but that thought that would be even more confusing. Sherry had never been to a city with this big of a population. She had grown up in the country. After having a conversation with her friend Shannon, Sherry decided that she wanted to visit a big city. Shannon lived in a big city by the ocean. Shannon's description about all of the things you can do in a big city sounded like so much fun that Sherry made plans to visit her, but now she couldn't find Shannon's house. She started feeling emotional but fought back her tears. She showed Shannon's address to a man walking by. The man said he didn't know where that address was. After 2 hours of frustration, Sherry wanted to demolish something. She threw her hands up in the air and said, "Can't anyone help me find Shannon's address?" A woman passing by had compassion on her. She asked Sherry if she would like the map on her phone to find the address. Then she told Sherry she would personally show her how to get to Shannon's house. Sherry was so happy that she didn't know what to say. She shook the woman's hand and offered to buy her lunch. The women agreed. Together, they hopped in Sherry's car and drove to Shannon's house to pick her up for lunch. Alright, so now we are moving to the next sound, which is a zh sound, zh. So zh sound definitely uses the voice box. So if you try to take out the sound, you will observe there is a vibration in your voice box. So try to take out the sound and you do it quite often, like so if you do it every day, it'll be a lot of good practice for you. I'm sure it's quite fun, but it's really interesting as well. So let's do practice again with the je in the initial, middle, and ending. Measure, vision, treasure, visual, leisure, pleasure, illusion, casual, Asia, closure, pleasurable, conclusion, confusion, television, version, vision, usually, conversion, corrosion, collage, bon voyage, camouflage, mirage, Persia, composure, seizure, aversion, azure, erosion, explosion. Let's do some sentences. It was a pleasure to go to Asia. His vision was to find treasure. The invasion created division among the people. There was a collision and an explosion. While the student did some revision for his exam, he watched television. It was a happy occasion. I saw how he measured the erosion on the television show. Asia is one of the largest continents in the world. The water is azure blue today. She is taking some leisure time. Measure the board and mark it. Can you find Persia on the map? The pirates found the hidden treasure. Glasses have improved my vision. Their house has two garage doors. The explosion caused a big fireball. It was a bad collision. Let's do some reading paragraphs with the je sound. So the first one is Jack's photography. Jack's was born in France but grew up in Asia. He was a massage therapist who traveled the world. One of Jack's favorite hobbies was to make collages. Whenever he went anywhere, he took tons of pictures. After taking the pictures, he would develop them in his garage, which he turned into a photo studio and created collages from them. Jack's had many people who admired his photographs. There were many people who offered him money for his pictures. It is not surprising either. He specialized in capturing breathtaking colors. Jacques had a unique talent of capturing the azure blue color of the sky. He had inspiring pictures of the sunset that displayed the most beautiful rose hues you can imagine. He had traveled all over Asia and taken pictures of landscapes, colorful performers, and captivating city skylines at night. Indeed, he was a talented photographer. He even spent his leisure time reading about different aspects of photography in order to improve his skills. His next plan was to travel to Persia. He had read about the history of Persia and it was fascinating to him. He knew he would be able to take beautiful photographs there. Jacques had a vision of photography that was higher than anyone I've ever met. If you ever get the chance to meet him and see his pictures, take it. You won't be sorry. Next is vision of treasure. Her parents named her Azure because she was born by the crystal blue ocean. Azure was proud of her name and wanted to do something adventurous. She had read about a hidden treasure located on a tiny island in the Persian Gulf. Legend was about an explosion that happened in the Gulf a few hundred years ago. The explosion created an underwater cave. If a person could get inside the cave, follow specific instructions, and make special measurements, they would find a secret treasure worth millions of dollars. Azure had researched the Persian treasure for months and told her parents she knew the treasure was real. Her parents asked her how she knew. She told them she had seen the treasure in a vision. Her parents and many other people told her that the treasure was fake and didn't exist. You might as well try to find a mirage, some said. There was a very strong collision between Azure's beliefs and other people's beliefs. But Azure felt that she would be able to find the treasure if she did exactly what she had read about. After all, she hadn't leisurely researched the treasure. She had spent many hours, over 6 months, to verify her findings. She put on some beige makeup, her camouflage socks for good luck, packed her bags and booked a flight to Persia. She would find the treasure and prove to people that it really existed. Her parents asked her to contact them every day to let them know how the search was going, and so they knew she was safe. Azure promised, got in the car and headed for the airport. So thank you friends for watching this video. Keep watching more English vocabulary videos and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks, bye.